do you how often will you be doing this kind of, like, is it retreats or programs? How often do you plan on doing
So
that
it's
through?
groups,
Yeah.
and it's every 10 days or so, around every 10 days.
Yeah.
And we talk about different topics, and the questions are designed to be emotive and to evoke an emotional reaction so that you can begin to observe how your body is reacting.
When
Yeah,
you're put in that
when you're
situation.
put in that situation, right? So, for example, if you get, if your little kid smacks you, right? They smack your body.
Smack them right back.
No.
No, I'm
Yeah,
playing, I'm
but no,
joking.
but
Yeah,
that's the thing, right?
yeah.
Is that as a whole adult,
Mm-hmm.
you think that you need to smack
Nah,
a small
nah,
child
nah,
that has
nah.
maybe been on the planet for like
No,
2 years,
no,
you know?
no.
And so it's gauging, why do you get offended by a child, right? So
Yeah.
why do you feel that you have to act out and then act out physically to a
Yeah.
child? And then what it's important to consider is that if you were raised being beaten or by fear, then how is that affecting our leadership as a country? Because you have to remember that those guys were probably beaten, and they were probably,
Yeah. It's
and
actually
so
very true.
it becomes a vicious cycle. So you don't see that the way that they're treating the nation is actually how they were treated in the home.
That's very true.
So
And
it's
if I think about it, it might actually be 100% what they went through when they were kids.
100% what they went through when they were kids.
Yeah.
And so emotional intelligence, it plays into all of that. So if a politician or something decides that he's going to eliminate the enemies by either causing fear or by fear or intimidation, then there was likely someone in the household that, or in the family, that governed with fear and intimidation. And so
True.
because it worked for them,
True.
then it's something that's going to be, it's a cycle.
It's been instilled in them, and that's
going to
just
be
the only way they
perpetuated.
know.
And so I'm not saying that it's an excuse, but
Yeah.
I'm saying you can understand, and then you can start to demand a higher level of emotional intelligence and accountability from our leadership as a nation, as well as in your home. And so what I'm trying to create is a space where people can come and learn how to do that, so that we are trying to meet the visions for our country, that the UN or the country has set, is that we won't get there if we don't work on ourselves internally, because our exterior world is a reflection of our interior world. And so when you're looking at Nairobi and you're saying there's so much trash or the air is dirty, it's because of us.
To us,
Yes.
we're highest contribution to that.
And if we don't hold our government accountable for that, because they are public servants, we do not serve the government serves us. And we need to remember that is the dynamic.
Yeah.
So if we hold the government accountable, right, then they have to be accountable, because if they don't have a country to run, then their jobs are obsolete.
They don't have the jobs.
Then they don't have the jobs.
Yeah.
So it's all about empowering the people so that we can empower our leadership, so that we can become the greatest nations, and we can also set the example for the nations that are really struggling, so that we can become a united Africa once again. And it all starts with understanding our emotions and how they affect our decisions on a daily basis.
Wow, Nandi. Intense, I tell you.